school on Sunday, the 2nd of April, 2023. I was able to, well, I say I mean my mum was able to get a driving test booked on Wednesday, the day that I did the second test, and able to get it rebooked for Sunday, 4 days later. So, actually, wait, hold on, I forgot. Actually, no, I'll do this review first. Guilty Crown, mixed ratings. I watched it on Netflix. I didn't like it, which probably has something to do with the fact that while I was watching, I was also brushing my teeth and shaving. Not at the same time, obviously. I did one thing first and the other. I don't remember what order. So this is the email that I got for the second test. It didn't come in until Thursday, but I didn't actually get the notification for it until Friday. Or it came in on Friday and I didn't get the notification until Saturday. I don't actually remember. So, junctions, observations, one major. Okay. Moving away safely, 2 minors. Like, this is the fact that under the majors category, it's 1 mark when he said that I had 2 majors. I don't think he fucked up. I think this was intentional. Why? Anyway. Moving away under control, two minors. Mirrors well before signaling. 2 minors. Mirrors well before changing direction. 2 minors. Those 2 bits, those 4 minors for mirrors, are bullshit. I was using my mirrors excellently. Anyway, well, I'm just... Okay. Controls. Ancillary controls, which... I asked the driver and he said that I think what he said was that it is something to do with like your wipers and stuff. I think what it is that I had it on the lowest setting when maybe I was supposed to have it on the medium setting. Controls steering, 1 minor. Give appropriate signals properly timed, 1 minor. Response to the road markings, 1 minor. So 12 minors, 1 major. The mirrors bit is bullshit, and that's all I have to say about it. I was gonna keep it on a white background because I've got the email like immediately after for Sunday's test. That time was a Chinese box falling over because I coughed in the general direction and then just pushed it off the sofa. It's funny. Anyway. So I got the same guy as I did on Wednesday. But he was acting like, he didn't know me. Like, your name's Dylan, you fine with Dylan, you mean you call you anything else, you got any nicknames or anything? And honestly, I was thinking last night, like, maybe if I got them to call me Hammy, and I know this might sound a bit cringe, but if I got them to call me Hammy, maybe it would give me more confidence because I feel like more like a mate help me than, me being in a test. I probably won't get them to call me Hammy next time because that's embarrassing. Anyway. I got the same 2 questions at the start. I know that the anti-lock system is working, and how do you use the horn, basically. This time, instead of going through the banker route, I think it was last time, and route, whatever, I don't care. This time he got me the Dundonald route. So, instead of we turned right last time, we turned left this time, we turned left the first time as well. But this time he said, occupy yourself in the right lane, so I did that. Then, I can't remember what, turned right from there, and you can only go left, you can't go straight. And he got me to go right after that. So we passed by the fire station, and at this point, he told me to follow road signs to Donaghadee. Or actually, he did that before. After he told me to occupy myself in the right lane, just after we turned left, that's when the independent driving section started this time. There wasn't a map around. We usually bring up a map, and it was like, the first 2 times it was like, follow this map, and it's like, take a left, then another left, then a right, and then after that, he'll say, follow the road signs to place, but this time there was no map, it was just follow the road signs to Donaghadee. So, passing by the fire station, I panicked, and because I didn't know where you would go to Donaghadee from Ards. So, I stayed in the left lane, luckily. Also, I can't read the fucking signs. It's like, by the time I get close enough to read the signs, it's too late, and I'm wearing my glasses. So unless I need to get, stronger ones, then it was luck. Sorry, I started my dad off because it's like 30 all of a sudden. Then after that, I got the 2 roundabouts, which I fucked up, apparently. Last time and this time. I said, initially I would have said I did better, but then after I passed the first roundabout, which I stayed in the right lane for that, hoping to fuck that was correct. And I also think, I'm recording this like nearly 24 hours later, so my memory's going to be a bit hazy. As far as I remember, I did wait for both lanes to be clear, and when they were clear, I went on, and when I was gonna, signal, wait. No, wait. No, I didn't do that. I was about to say, I looked to make sure to the left that is clear, signaled the maneuver, but I didn't do that at all. I stayed in the right lane, had to slam on the brakes because all of a sudden, a bit of a... I said Q in second attempt's video because I forgot the word traffic / traffic jam. Bit of a jam this time. And I just kept on slamming the brakes, but I can't remember, like, all that. So when I came to the second roundabout, I stayed in the right lane once again and went on, and luckily enough, I was going in the direction of Donaghadee. So that would be going up to your right, you have Red Grames, but you're not turning onto the road where Red Grames is. Instead, I went straight, then went right, and eventually you pass by Dylan's house, and then you go back through the road that, to your right, once again, is Red Grames. And back, and then through the 2 roundabouts again. They were clear, so there was no problem with those. Like, I stopped, looked, wait. Maybe I shouldn't have stopped, maybe I should have looked and was like, okay, it's clear, so I'm going. Maybe. I think what it is that, you're supposed to look before you get to the edge, and then it was clear you go on. I think it's just, I haven't had enough practice. My I'm just going to call it response time is too slow to do that. So I had to stop, and it was clear both times, so that was fine. So we were back near the fire station. He got me to turn right. So we're basically going in the opposite direction. I stayed in the left lane. There was a cyclist on the left lane. We're about to pass a funeral home. There's 2, as far as I know, there's 2 funeral homes in Ards. One of them is near Tesco's, and one of them is near the fire station. This one was near the fire station. And usually there are a lot of cars there, so you do have to go in the right lane almost all the time. This time, there were no cars, but there was a cyclist, if I didn't say it already. So I made sure that the right lane was clear. It was. I indicated I maneuvered, making sure to stay, well away from the bike, sped up. But I'm pretty sure the cyclist also sped the fuck up. And I just could not go left because one, I hadn't passed the... Sorry. So there weren't... I'm really fucking up with everything that I'm saying here. And I also missed, the fact that I did my maneuver, which was a uphill, well, sort of uphill reverse around a corner. Which went well initially, but then once I actually passed the sort of line so that I was fully in the side road, a couple cars passed, and I stopped just in case. I don't know if you're supposed to stop or not, but I did. Because it's slightly uphill. I didn't realize it was slightly uphill because it's so subtle, you don't notice. So I was constantly slamming the brakes, car comes, slam, foot all the way down on clutch and brake. Passes, okay. Right foot back on accelerator, left foot easing off the clutch. Oh shit, I'm rolling forward. And there's a car coming. Once again, brake clutch. Go, once the car passes, go again. Shit, another car, brake clutch. This time I put on the handbrake. Car passes, handbrake off. And try and go again. Another fucking car comes. I might be exaggerating a bit, but it's just, this is what I remember. So, another car comes, once again, brake, clutch, handbrake. This time I put my foot down a bit on the accelerator and reach the bite on the clutch so that when I take the handbrake off, I'm instantly going backwards. So I did, and that was fine. So anyway, back to the cyclist. Next to the funeral home. Usually there's cars at the funeral home. This time there wasn't, but there were a couple cones because of, it was a small square. So, tiny, but because of that, cyclist sped right up and obviously had to go in the right lane, and it got to the point where the instructor actually had to tell me to stop. This wasn't my emergency stop or anything. This was I thought, right, so let's look at the document. Let's see, we've got minors, majors, and dangerous. I got it dangerous. I thought that the way the dangerouses worked was that if you get a dangerous, either you would be arrested, because I thought dangerous would have been you actually hit someone, whether it be a car or a person. And also you would just be told to get out and the instructor would drive back. But no, I kept driving and he told me to turn left. And I was thinking, yep, this was a dangerous one because we have not done the independent driving, because I thought that, no map. We haven't done the map bit yet, but it turns out that right has no map. And yeah, we went back to the center and he said, you haven't passed, got one dangerous, 2 majors. One of them is for the bit at the roundabout. I think what he said was that I kept on going left and right, which I have no idea what the fuck he is talking about. My mum was there, and she said that was bullshit. Second one was, I believe, immediately after the reverse right corner, Apparently, I was dangerously close to parked cars, although, once again, according to my mum, that's bullshit, because that's usually the distance I keep from cars, and no one, not my mum, not my brother, who was there with me once, not on a test, just driving around, not the instructor, no one has said that the distance I keep between parked cars and my car, no one said it was a problem. No one said it was a problem in the first test, and this guy never said it was a problem in the second test. Anyway. Controls foot brake, 1 minor. Control steering, 1 minor. Moving away safely, 1 minor. Moving away under control, 1 minor. Reverse left control, 1 minor. Give appropriate signals properly timed, 1 minor. Response to traffic lights, 1 minor. Junctions observations, 1 minor. So, 9 minors, 2 majors, 1 serious. Sorry, dangerous. So, I don't mean to be like, oh, at least there's a positive. Might be a bit sensitive, I guess. But, I mean, 9 minors is less than the last time. First time and second time, I got 12 minors. So, I'm sort of getting better, but, I'm 1 step forward, 2 steps back, I guess.